make this night complete. So I dare drag my feet.
So I'm Michael Bonanni. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you very much, Michael Bonanni.
I'm from the State Times, this is our college newspaper, and I just want to ask you a couple questions about the show.
Cool, let's do it.
Okay, so starting off, how did you manage to get on the tour in the first place?
Okay, that's a good question, actually. I like where you're going. Basically, I've been in this band for about 13 years now, since I was a freshman in high school. And when, probably like 2004, we played with a band called Therefore I Am, who Brian Marquis was in, and became very good friends in the local scene. We were playing with like bands like 4 Year Strong, No Trigger, Boys Like Girls, unfortunately. I don't like that band at all. And, you know, other bands from Boston. Basically, our band started becoming full-time touring bands and not just local bands. And we just have a very good history with Brian. And last year, we did an acoustic tour with Brian that we headlined. And then he was lucky enough to team up with Kevin Lyman from Warped Tour and start Acoustic Basement. So we did that this summer on Warped Tour. And basically, all the people here were on Acoustic Basement on Warped Tour, and we all just got along very well. And they just picked a tour with the coolest bands, and we happen to be one of the coolest bands.
Cool.
Not like as in like music-wise, as in like people, all right? I'm not like saying we're that cool music-wise. I'm saying just as people, this tour, just all friends, really.
Mm-hmm. Now, how does this tour so far compare to your last acoustic tour?
The Warped Tour acoustic tour?
The last one?
Or the one we did with Brian and
yeah.
Coach. Well, we did like 5 shows last January with Koji and Brian Marquis, and it was cool. I mean, we just traveled around in a car, kind of same vibe. We all chilled together, and the shows were all like, 75 to like 150 kids, just real small shows. Had fun. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's just about having fun. We don't care about like we don't make money. Honestly, we don't make money. So we just do it for the love of it and hope some days that it does work out.
Mm-hmm. So how are you dealing with the transition from electrical to these acoustic versions of your songs?
I mean, now we're used to it. We've probably done like 6 acoustic tours over the last like 8 years. So something we like to do more and more. I mean, I grew up on like R&B music and stuff like that. So I love I love to just go over the chords. You know what I mean? Instead of like having like crazy, drums and bass and everything. I love that shit too,
Yeah.
obviously, because I'm a punk dude, and I love I'm aggressive, on stage. But I know recently, the last few years, I've really been getting back into like the old Motown, R&B stuff. So it's cool to be able to just be me and my guitar player Marky.
Mm-hmm. Like you had that Motown cover record.
Yeah. In 2008, we released a Motown cover record. So I'm very influenced by like Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie, Stevie Wonder, The Contours, Diana Ross, and Supremes. So I just love that stuff, and I like to bring it because my brain thinks as like a punk rock hardcore kid, like open-minded. I hate racism, homophobic people. Like I don't care about religion. It just doesn't matter to me. So to me, I bring those morals from the hardcore punk scene, but my voice is very influenced by R&B. So it's cool.
What was your initial thoughts on Oneonta before you got here?
I honestly, no offense to anybody in this room, I had no idea what it was. I just didn't. I knew it was in New York somewhere.
Yeah.
I had no expectations, which to me always ends up being the best way to go somewhere, with no expectations. And it was, like you come in with the middle ground, and it went up like this. Everybody here has been super nice. The crowd was very, just like into enjoying new music. I saw a lot of people that knew our words. I saw a lot of people that didn't know the words. But the cool thing is people just being open to artwork and just hanging out. So I have nothing but good things to say about the school. All right.
How do you think your show went tonight?
Overall, I think it was good. I mean, last night my voice, I've been working. I'm doing like an R&B project called Class of '92, and I've been really working hard on that project. And so I actually was in the studio the 2 days before we started the tour, so my voice is a little messed up. So I blew my voice in New York City. Yesterday was a rough one in Syracuse, and I think tonight my voice came back, so it was cool. But yeah, no, I'm stoked. I think it went really well. Like I said, kids are cool. I think we played all right and had fun.
All right. So now I learned that you have 2 acoustic EPs coming out?
We have 2 acoustic EPs that are already out.
Oh,
We have one called Webster Lake that came out in 2008, and then we have one called Returning to Webster Lake, which came out over summer on Warped Tour. And the first one was just we had some fun, and it went really well. We actually sold a lot more records than we thought on that. And we released it ourselves. There was no record label. We just recorded songs, put them out. And then so we decided to do like a sequel. And we did some covers of a punk band, No Use for Name, an R&B artist, Miguel, and we did Acceptance, one of my favorite like pop rock bands. And we had our friend Tay from We Are the In Crowd sing on it. And then we had our friend Evan from Vanna sing on it. So we just did like something cool, you know, just it was all for fun.
Cool. Do you plan on touring with any of these guys in the future?
Of course. I would tour them all the time if we could, but obviously that would take away the fun from going to see a tour. You can't do it all the time. But no, man, we've actually played with every single one of these acts before and toured with them before previously. So, I mean, that's the cool thing about punk rock. You find like people like honestly, this tour we're all so different from each other, like personality wise and you know all that stuff. But at the end of the day, we all share the same values, and we're all just I think this whole tour is just genuinely nice people, and we all just get along with each other and see each other for who they are individually and make it work as a puzzle.
And would you call doing these acoustic shows like a break from your normal electronic gigs?
Let me tell you one thing. Loading in sucks.
Yeah.
You know, you have to load all the equipment in and out, through the cold, whatever. We grab a guitar and some merch, and that's it. It's very simple. And this is all about, it's more of like about the bonding experience. And I hope the kids get the vibe that all of us are just like, it's like fun. You mean like it's just us kind of like telling our stories, you know, playing music, and then just like, it's very, very low key and just casual. You know, like we're the type of band, like we cut 2 songs out tonight because 2 people wanted to hear 2 songs that we haven't played. One kid asked for a song that we wrote in 2004. And I was like, yes, I mean, we're going to relearn it right now. But stuff like that's cool. We're not like a professional band that has to like play the same set every night. If you want to hear something, we'll play it. It's not like a big deal to us.
What songs did you cut?
We cut Wrightsville Beach, which is on the acoustic CD and our new record, No Sanctuary. And we cut the Acceptance cover. So we played 2 older songs
all right.
and change, yeah.
Anything else you'd like to say?
Me personally, I have, like I said, an R&B record coming out in May. I did songs with Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC, Bad Rabbits. Who else did I work on? I have a bunch of like underground rappers from like New York City, Rochester, Boston. It's something like way different. I'd say it sounds kind of like a mix between like Michael Jackson, Thriller era meets like Neo meets like Jeremiah. So it's definitely way different it's like completely different than A Lost for Words. So you literally have to shut out A Lost for Words off your head. You won't if you didn't know it was me, you wouldn't even think it's the same thing. But I've been wanting to do it. I'm gonna release it on my own, and then I'm playing Skate and Surf Festival, and I'm playing a few shows in London, and then I go into a Johnny Craig, and I'm just gonna do my own thing. Hopefully, kids support it and give me a chance with an open mind, and see what happens.
That sounds really awesome. I'd support that.
Well, cool. Hope you do.
All right.
I'm gonna
Thank
hold
you
you
very
to
much.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
But you just dance away from me.